Hey, Pro Mr. Tele, it is guys. Welcome back to an episode of Train With Me. We're gonna give you guys some exercise tips. Today guys, we're gonna talk about chest and anything that includes the chest, range of motion, and how to properly activate. So a lot of you guys have seen a couple of my videos and you've seen me not come all the way down to my chest. So a lot of people are asking, how low should you go? The question basically is low enough that you can still keep the load on your chest, making the first contraction come from your chest. So when it comes to depth-wise, if you're a power lifter, if you're in any kind of competition where you have to touch your chest, those things are for competition purposes. When it comes to actually range of motion and activation of your chest, you only want to go as low as your chest can be successful. So if I go like this with my arms straight, they're not even locked out, we're gonna keep arms with a little slight bend here, I can flex my chest. Do a little Terry Crews titty bounce, boom, 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 boom. Okay? If I open up my hands to here, I can still flex my chest. If I open up to here, I can still flex my chest. And to here, I can still flex my chest. But if I put my hands outside here, I cannot flex my chest and I'm trying my hardest to flex. Now, if you look, I'm trying to flex it and my lats are getting engaged and my shoulders have to move out, right? So I have to do this to flex. So there's range of motion. Now, if I just take my hands and I push them above my chest level, I have free range with my chest. There's range of motion. So when it comes to how low should you go to your chest, you should only go as low to have complete and utter control still with your chest. And from here, I still have control. Back here, I don't have any more control. I cannot push. And when I push, I have to push through my lats and through my shoulders before I can really engage my chest. So I'll do the same example again. We'll just go from here and I'll put a bend in my arm. So from here, if I can flex. From here, I can flex. From here, I can flex. Back here, I can't. Even though I push my lats down as much as I can, I still cannot flex my chest. When it comes to aesthetic, when it comes to just building the muscle, we want to isolate the muscle as much as possible. We don't want to start putting emphasis into other parts of the body. So we're in my rack right now. So let's go over bench press. We have a little slight of incline. It doesn't really matter if it's incline, decline, whatever climb, doesn't really matter. What matters is how we move the chest. So just a little review for you guys who haven't seen my older videos, knowing what the chest does. No, I'm not gonna get markers like Jeff Cavalier, but your chest basically is divided up in 3 different parts. Your clavicle head, your sternal head, intercostal head. And that all comes up and wraps right to your humerus. And its job is shoulder adduction. It pulls the shoulder in. Your tricep does elbow extension. So the combination of both of those movements creates a pressing movement. So let's do a barbell press and just kind of go over the technique and range of motion so you can actually just have a visual and see exactly how it should be done. Okay, so we are on the bench. Let's just say right now that we're fully activated. Our shoulders are depressed. We're pushing into the ground with our lats. We're pushing this way, not pinching our shoulder blades like this, but pushing our lats down and creating that shoulder depression. So I'm pushing this way. Now, we've already achieved this. When it comes to getting the bar is already interact, hands are where they should be. Now, when you're coming down, so you can see from here, the bar is going down. And then from here, I want to press up. Right here, I still have control over the weight. Any further down that I go, when I get to here, I have to really use my shoulders to get up. I can feel my shoulders, my anterior delts really firing off right now. Putting up to here, now the load is on my chest. So from here, I'm thinking my shoulder is pulling the bar in while my triceps are pushing up. And back down. Same thing again, I'm thinking my shoulder is being pulled by my chest in and my triceps are pushing up. It's almost like I'm taking the bar like this and trying to do this to it. You do that motion when you do dumbbells, but here we're stuck on this barbell. So you still want to feel the same thing. Some people say bend the bar, but you're not bending the bar. You're trying to push it together. So if I grab the bar again, and I just sit here and do this, my pecs are firing off. So on the way down and up, I can feel my chest working. Now from a top view, you can see how my chest is actually firing off even more. Bar is up, and now I'm trying to pull the bar in. You can see my chest already firing off. I'm trying to pull the bar in. On the way down, I'm doing the same thing. Right to here, my chest is firing off even more, and on the way up, I'm doing the same thing. And you can see my chest is really firing off just from trying to pull this bar in. I'm trying to do this, right? I'm trying to do this motion without the bar actually moving. So I'm here and doing this while it's coming down and then pressing up. Doing that alone will make your set that much harder. So same idea with the dumbbell, but from this point we can actually bring it in, but we're also not trying to like clang them after either. Same rules apply. So we're back, the weight's up, on the way down, opening up, and dumbbells are a little easier because the dumbbell's gonna force you to stay above that chest level. Big chest, and then we're trying to pull those elbows in and squeeze. I'm not trying to lock my arms out like this. You see, every time I've done a rep so far, I haven't locked my elbows out. I'm not trying to lock my elbows like this. I'm trying to keep the load on my chest the entire time. So that means at the low, from here at the bottom part of the rep, I'm squeezing the way up and squeezing my chest while my tricep lets me stay in this position. It's not fully extended. I'm not hyperextending my elbows or pushing into my elbows at all. And for the most part, that's where a lot of the issue happens when it comes to elbow problems, is that at the top of the lift, putting too much emphasis on thinking about this pushing and locking your tricep out. We don't want to do this and force it here. We're trying to squeeze the chest here and force it, the weight and the load to stay here on the chest. Back, here. So, when it comes to range of motion, how far should you go off your chest? I would say just enough where you can engage your chest. Around like an inch, a little inch off your chest for safe measure. Anyway guys, hope you like those tips. Quick and easy tips for you guys to follow. If you guys like it, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. You know what to come on the tell like it is, transparent, vulnerable truth. For coaching guys, johnsheed.com. My website is now up and running and fully operational. If you guys want to know about coaching, book a phone consult, 15 to 30 minutes. At the end of the consult, if you want to go with coaching, whether it's recurring or a one-time plan, I deduct the phone consult off any package you pick. Guys, use my code Johnny15 for 50% off the Power 13 cookbook, guys. Follow me, _Johnny, _. Make sure you guys tag me on Instagram. I'll repost your training videos. Anyway, guys, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.